Hi, Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the Mexico City Plaza here in Mexico City for our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of heavyweights between these two great warriors.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Grant. And his opponents, fighting out of the blue corner,
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's touch gloves.
Round number one is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. Good block there by Bad Intentions. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. You know, we only show up when it's time to watch them do their thing for the fight, but they're really working at it day in and day out just to make weight. What's so tough about making weight in boxing?
Well, it can weigh you down. I mean, it takes discipline. And all of a sudden, it allows you a trail of excuses, because now you can start to say, well, gee, you know, I didn't do this. You know, it's the drudgery of it, and it's the consistency of it. When you have to stay at a weight, you have to watch that weight, you have to balance it where you're also going to be able to have a physicality when you get in the ring. You don't want to be weak, so you want to get that right balance where you're disciplined, you get the weight down, but you don't lose that physical edge.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Devastating blow by Bad Intentions. It is a seesaw battle early on here. Amazing stuff out of these two. Able to counter that attack.
Use your feet.
The tactical game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him, because he's afraid to let anything go, because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
Super two-punch combo by Bad Intentions. Throws a counter punch there. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy. When you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? Does it depend on each guy?
No, if I have a fight, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
Good scoring counter punch by Grant. Grant's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Gets rid of that body shot. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Terrible defense turns to offense by bad intentions. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Halfway through round number 2. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Grant. Oh, and there you go. A stinging right hand by Grant. Really a lot of consistency from him with the right hand. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Throws a counter punch there. Final 10 seconds. Able to dismiss it. End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
Not able to land the headshot. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Grant.
In and out, in and out. Don't stay in one spot, circle.
Very clever move there. A little defense turns to offense. The counter punch by Grant. And a good counter by Grant. Well, he took one right there, but then he targeted one right back. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Double shots both come in by Grant. Well, maybe one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing. We're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. And there's the left hand working well for him again. Nice two-punch combo by Grant. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. And a sharp counter punch by Grant. 10 seconds to go in this third round. this round comes to an end, a round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a nonstop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
Bad intentions is not showing us that he understands just how effective he can be if he went downstairs against his opponent.
Yeah, well, you know what you're saying, Joe? You're taking a peek and you're taking a swipe without meaning at his trainers. Because what he's telling you is he hasn't been taught some of the rudiments of boxing. That when you hurt a guy, you should go downstairs to finish him.
Able to cover up that gut. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Grant. 90 seconds to go in round number 4. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Able to show you his blocking ability. Scoring counter punch by Bad Intentions.
Keep working the body.
Seconds to go in this round.
Look, you're standing straight up. Move that.
Good action throughout. We'll see if it keeps up in this round of what has been a very even fight. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what to come back at him.
Nice two-punch combo by Grant. Good block there by Bad Intentions. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Grant. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Good block there by Bad Intentions. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by Grant. It is unbelievable how this fight is being fought. Both guys unwilling to stop. One guy goes at it, the other guy meets him punch for punch.
Well, you've heard it before. You've heard the term used, one day at a time, to deal with something very difficult. Well, this is one round at a time. That is the only way these fighters, these warriors, could deal with this kind of pace.
Defense, more defense. Back to the body.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Grant. Last 10 seconds. Teddy, making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
Good block. Some fine fundamentals. Good counterpunch.
Nice mousetrap there. He let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese. He used distance.
He's showing very good footwork. He's showing fine defensive movement here. But as for the opponent, how do you solve that?
Well, you got to make believe you're a football player. You got to make believe you're a linebacker in football. You go down the line with that running back. You don't go following him around the place. You make sure you move laterally. That's exactly what he's got to do. He's got to cut that ring down, take space away.
Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counterpunch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Well-placed counterpunch by Grant. Scoring well with that combination by Grant. Nice job to land that counterpunch and getting away from one of his own by Grant. Gotta hurt. Grant's legs look shaky. He was hurt.
Punch it out.
1, 2 jabs. Good job by drawing in his opponent and then landing the counterpunch by bad intentions. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy, when you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? It doesn't depend on each guy.
No, if I have a fight, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
There's There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Gets rid of that body shot. Grant's got to find a way to pull things together here. Ever since he got tagged earlier in this fight, he hasn't been the same fighter.
No, he hasn't, but he hasn't really had a chance to recover. You know, he needs a round, lose the round. Right now, his corner should tell him, look, lose the round. It doesn't matter. Just get yourself together. We'll pick him up later. We'll win rounds later.
And a smart counterpunch by Grant at the halfway point of round 7. Good combination punching by Bad Intentions. What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Good counter by Bad Intentions. Once again to the head. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautiful.
Well, Customato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Just 10 seconds to go in this round. That's a good block by Big. This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
Went to the body there, but unable to connect. Super two-punch combo by Bad Intentions. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Nice job to land that counter punch and getting away from one of his own by Bad Intentions. Returns fire with a left hand. got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. That's a tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by Grant. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Final 10 seconds. A stinging counterpunch after some fine defense by Grant.
You need to capitalize on his distance, okay? I want to see
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far.
Don't stay in one. My circle.
Well-placed counterpunch by Grant. Oh, and look at this, Teddy, wasting no time getting to know each other.
No, they came right to the center ring, said hello.
Very clean offense from defense by Bad Intentions. Good solid 1-2 by Bad Intentions. Able to get rid of that one. Way to block there. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him.
Beat him to the punch.
This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Excellent counterpunch by Grant. He has reached that point in the fight where his only chance is to cash in and hit lotto here. He needs that grand slam, that big knockout punch, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he doesn't have a pen in his hand where he can fill out the numbers, but he does have a couple fists. And what he's going to have to do is find a specific place to aim a shot. Look for one moment, one spot.
A little defense turns to offense by Grant. We come to the end of this round. Teddy, a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strength your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, I want a guy coming at him. Not with a lot of TNT in his gloves, but coming forward where my guy is well suited. He can pick him off a little bit.
Devastating blow by Bad Intentions. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Blocks it away.
Move your head.
covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Grant. Well-placed counterpunch by Grant. Well-placed counterpunch by Bad Intentions. Grant's got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still it could get nasty as the fight progresses. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
By Grant. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Blocks away that headshot. Some sharp offensive maestro work there by Grant. A minute to go in what has been 2 minutes of sensational action. Neither man coming off stride. That's a good block by Bad Intentions. Blocks the headshot. targeted counterpunch by Grant. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that, say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down blue or red corner what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Carries that punch away. Nice block by Grant. Throws a counter punch there. Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Good stuff in the opening 2 minutes. A minute to go in this round. And a smart counterpunch by Grant. Nice strike after catching one by Grant. Nice block by Bad Intentions. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by Grant. Well, which way did it go? That is the question everybody wants the answer to. The man with the answer is standing in the ring, and here he is.
Bad Intentions.
He's your winner by unanimous decision tonight.
I'm not so sure it was unanimous. I had it a little bit close. I had a split decision, but had the same man winning.
All three judges in agreement here ringside. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you next time.